Today I will be showcasing every single purchasable vehicle in Military Tycoon from worst to best. This is just my opinion. I've been playing this game for a little bit. I've used all these vehicles a good amount, so this isn't really off the top of my head. I did write a list down right here, so I know what I'm actually talking about. Um, but yeah, everything here is max upgraded. As you can see, no upgrades left. It's only for whatever. But again, going from the worst to the best. So yeah, let's start that. The first on the list is the Battlecruiser, and the reason why I put this at the bottom is it doesn't really do its job that well. This is meant to counter other ships and attack them and all of that, and you can't really do that with this. It does have good speed. It does have a good torpedo system. Like you're able to guide your torpedoes like where you want to go. Unlike the destroyer, where you kind of have to face your ship at them and fire your torpedoes. This you can aim them, so that's what makes it good. As you can see, three of them. Torpedoes in this game are okay. They're not the best. You also have this missile launcher up here, and I don't like the missile launcher on this at all. It is really not good. I don't think it can lock on to aircraft or anything like that. Wherever you shoot, that's where the missiles are going. This battle cruiser would be a lot better if you could shoot a missile here, then a missile there, then here, then here. But no, when you shoot it, it all goes into one spot. As you can see, I'm not even clicking. No. But that's really unfortunate because I feel like this might have been a little better if they could actually do that. And these are the AA guns that you can buy when you upgrade it. These AA guns are also trash. They have a lower mag than most of the anti-air guns in the game, and their rounds aren't even explosive, which is really unfortunate because explosive ammo in this game is really strong, and especially to anti-air. So, that's why the battle cruiser is at the bottom. It's not that viable. If you were gonna buy something, I would save this for last. I would not even bother with it. It's just really not good. And second on the list is the destroyer. A lot of people might disagree. Um, the destroyer isn't terrible, but it's not the best either. The destroyer is used for, destroying other battleships or other ships in general. And again, you have your torpedoes, but you cannot guide them like the battle cruiser. As you can see, they only go where you're pointing. What makes this better than the cruiser, though, is you have a helipad right here, where you can spawn your attack helicopter, turret helicopter, your Apache, and you have these cannons. I'd rather have these cannons than the missile launcher on the battle cruiser. I believe the destroyer is also faster and deals more damage than the the battle cruiser. It doesn't have anti-air. Well, it does, but wait, does it? Yeah, it does. It does. This is the anti-air turret. It's way better than the battle cruiser's anti-air. It has less ammo, but that's all you really want. If you have explosive rounds, you're good. So that's what makes it better than the battle cruiser. The battle cruiser is very low tier. This has 6 rounds in it when you upgrade it. The cannons in this game are relatively weak, though, unfortunately. I wish they would buff them more. But again, you have your twerps and all that, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, again, it's not terrible, though. It's pretty good. It just so happens to be, the second worst in my opinion. But good AA, good cannon, and you got torpedo, so you can't really complain. You kind of have everything on it. It's just relatively weak, but it does have good speed and maneuverability. And next on the list is the missile truck. Okay, I know people might get mad about this one, but honestly, the missile truck is not that good. In my opinion, it's only good for anti-air, and that's it. Like, without locking onto a aircraft, it's pretty much just a mortar. Like, you can't really do much with it. You can't lock onto vehicles, you can't lock onto ships, it's only aircraft. And I believe the maximum distance for lock-on for any vehicle is 1,500 meters, I believe. Not meters, studs. That's what they call it in this game. But yeah, thing's only good for anti-air. There's so many vehicles that can do that. So, in my opinion, there's nothing special about the missile truck, other than it has, decent damage and lock-on. But it's very, 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 very weak. I'm gonna show you how weak it is real quick. Okay, so here we have an RPG. And, nope. Why is it not? It might be because it's my vehicle, but it takes, 3 RPG shots. The thing's a big, slow-moving target. It's really easy to hit. The Scar is melting it. So if you have like a minigun or an RPG, just aim at the truck and just fire, and it's gonna be destroyed before you know it. So that's why this thing, it's really not that good. It's just not. So I put that as 3rd on my list. So it's the 3rd worst vehicle in the game. And literally all ground vehicles in the game are not good at all. Like, really. Rather it be the tank. Like, I have the Game Pass tank, and it's really not that good. It's just not. It was a waste of money. The missile truck, not that good. The Puma, not that good. And speaking of which, it is next on my list, the Puma. I do actually like the Puma, and I do use it a decent amount, but you have your 6 rounds for it, max upgraded, of course. What makes the Puma better than the missile truck is you have your speed over it, and the these rounds right here. When you get it upgraded, you get 6 rounds. The cannon on this thing is pretty strong, and if you know how to play video games, I feel like this might be better anti-air than the missile truck. Not really, but if you know how to aim, you will hit most of your shots. In this game, there's no real bullet drop, so it's all kind of just leading your shot like that. And good speed. It's a light tank, so it doesn't have a lot of armor, understandably. But this thing will shred a tank, a Puma, another Puma, missile truck. It will shred anything. It has a good cannon, very high fire rate too, fast reload. Overall, it's pretty good. That's why I have it as, in the middle of the list, because it's a good mid vehicle. If you have it, I would suggest upgrading it and just trying it out for yourself. Give it a real chance. You know, a lot of people don't like it, but that's because they don't really know how to use it. Um, you know, just post up somewhere, and you can just destroy everyone. Other than again, definitely better than the missile truck. So what's the next? Next, I have the Battleship. Yeah, it is a strong a ship, and you could deal massive damage with it. But you know, the only reason I have it right after the Puma is it's really not that strong, like health-wise. It doesn't have a lot of health. It's kind of a glass cannon, meaning, you know, I could do a lot of damage, but I can't really take a lot of damage. Like, you know, a few bombs from a B-17 or dive bomber or whatever will take this thing out in no time. And you're a giant, slow-moving target, so you're not hard to hit at all. But if you have a couple of people that you're playing with, this thing can take over a lobby entirely. But if you're by yourself or like with one other person, it's going to be hard to manage. This gun right here, though, it does huge damage. I mean, just look at it. The thing looks like a monster. If you could land shots with this cannon right here, you'll be completely fine. When you get it max upgraded, you get these AA guns right here. And I think you get a few extra turrets, maybe. You know, as you can see, there are a lot of cannons on this thing. 4 in total. The, whatchamacallit? The captain controls the cannon, and then you have 3 other people on a cannon. And again, the cannons in this game are not that good. Literally, AA guns are way better than cannons. They do way more damage at a way higher speed compared to, you know, everything else. But again, you get an AA gun on it, well, 4 of them. Again, every AA gun with explosive rounds is best in the game. Anything explosive is, you know, superior to anything else. Like on the dive bomber. The dive bomber is really, really strong because it has those explosive bullets when it is maxed out. Oh, okay. I've never seen that happen before. That's weird. But you know, again, if you get someone to at least use this cannon right here that knows how to land shots, then you can take over a lobby. Bring it to middle and just go ham. And what is next? Next we have the dive bomber. And I'll tell you why I have the dive bomber below the B-17 when I get to the B-17. So here we have the dive bomber, maxed out. What makes it special is the explosive rounds on it. It has a big mag too. If you know how to land your shots, then you could destroy A-10s, warplanes, anything with ease. You just gotta get relatively close, you know? And I usually go first person like this. Go first person for a bit, you know, learn where the bullets like to, and then you'll be murking everything. You got your bombs also. What I like to do if I have to fight a ground vehicle is, you know, let's say that tree right there. That's my target. This is a dive bomber because when you hold S, see how you're diving down at 185 pretty fast. Where's that tree at? So that's going to be my target. A ground vehicle, anything, you name it. And get some altitude. Then go flying down and just spam bullets. And And then when you pull back up, you drop your bombs on them. This game's kind of laggy, so bombs aren't all going out. But these guns will melt anything. I'm pretty sure it one-shots people. So yeah, pretty strong. Probably one of the better aircraft. Definitely good for dogfighting. This is not my base. The best for dogfighting, in my opinion. I mean, you could argue with me saying lock-on missiles are better than, you know, any other aircraft in the game. But I disagree. Because I believe the Spitfire, not Spitfire, the dive bomber is faster. I know it's faster than the warplane, but I think it might be quicker than the A-10 also. I could be wrong. But well, that's why I have it as third on my list. Now the B-17. The reason why I have the B-17 over the dive bomber is if you could just get even one person to use the bottom turret or the top one. The back one is trash. I would not get in at all. Let me show you why real quick. See, the back turret has no... You can't really turn it at all. You can only like pretty much shoot up and down with it. So it's only good for tails on. You see? You really just cannot turn at all. Just up and down, up and down. These other ones you can, you know, do whatever you want with it. Boom, 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 boom. So, the reason why this is so strong are because of the turrets right here. If you can get someone to use the bottom turret and just go flying around destroying everything, the odds of someone stopping you are low, no matter what they're using. The only thing that could probably take this down would be the missile truck, but that would take like 12 missiles to get it down. You'll be out of range by the time you realize that they're shooting you. But it has really good speed, 125. That is very fast in this game. Again, you have your bombs. You also have a turret you can control. Non-explosive low, but better than nothing. So yeah, it has a lot of health, and it could deal a lot of damage. Like, a crazy amount. Other than, like, you know, the dive bomber is good if you're by yourself, but if you have a friend that you're playing with, hop in one of these. Even when it's not upgraded, if you have the default stock one, the cannons, they are still explosive. So, just as strong, even when it's not upgraded. Upgrading it gives it a little more health and a lot more speed. But definitely one of the better vehicles. That's why it is second best in my opinion. What I like to do also is, if I want to capture the island, I will. I'll go capture the island, then I'll jump in this seat right here, and I'll just camp it. And no one's gonna touch you. If you get close, then boom, I'm letting you know. Insane reload time, you know, it's just really, really strong for no reason at all. And last on the list, number 1, the strongest vehicle that you can get, the carrier. Now, the carrier needs to be nerfed badly. Maybe a little buff too. Like, honestly, the ships need, like the destroyer, battleship, and the battlecruiser need a health buff, so they need more health. But the carrier is fine where it's at. It has a crazy amount of health, crazy. So when you upgrade it, you get these 4 cannons right here. They're okay. They're probably the worst cannons in the game. You only get, it says you get 2 rounds in the bottom left here, but it looks like you only get 1. Like boom, 1, and then I shoot again, and nothing even comes out of it. But again, if you get people to use good for you. Not that good though, but it does have the AA gun with explosive rounds on it. So, it's automatically good. And what makes it special is you can spawn aircraft on it. Airplane, two-seater, Spitfire. You could also spawn helicopters, Chinook, attack heli, the Apache turret heli, and the Chinook again. But over here, you can spawn in a bomber, which is okay. The bomber is not that good. But the main thing right here, the warplane. To get the warplane, you have to be Rebirth level 12 just to even get it. But if you buy the carrier, you can get it for free. Infinite spawns, all of that. And if you don't know about the warplane, it's kind of like a worse A10. Kind of. You know, so the A10 is faster. I believe it has more health. And with the A10, when you shoot your machine gun, you could guide it like the B-17. You can't do that with this. But it has a high fire rate. Good accuracy. It has a lot of ammo too. So it's pretty good for dogfighting. But you have your missiles that you can lock onto. Any aircraft up. You can lock onto aircraft with your missiles. And you could also shoot ground targets by pointing your cursor and pressing F. You get 4 of them. And they get reloaded very, very quickly. They do pretty good damage. They'll one-shot people, even without max armor. You could destroy a tank in a couple of them. And you have your machine gun again. Decent damage. But that's what makes the warplane good. Is if you don't have the A10 Game Pass, which I wouldn't even buy, A10's not that good, in my opinion. Then I would say for the warplane, get the carrier or whatever. Let me just respawn that. And also with the carrier, it also comes with, drumroll please, the drone. You get 3 different drones here. The Taranis, the Bayraktar, I believe, and the battle drone. Now you go here, see it looks like a little UAV. Now these drones, you can actually, attack people with them. Like this right here, you could drop bombs. I don't think people can lock on to the drone. I could be wrong though. But you have this little one, probably the worst one. Then you have the Bayraktar, whatever the heck you call it. And this one doesn't have anything. This is just, like a UAV pretty much. Then you have the battle drone, which is an actual UAV, and it has missiles with it. You could spam these. I'm pressing F as fast as I could right now to show you how fast you can actually shoot them. Insane reload time. You could lock onto vehicles, well, aircraft, not vehicles. But they do just as much damage as the warplane. Like, boom, they just shred anything. And yeah, that was the last drone. Again, Superior has a lot of health. Pretty slow though. Like if you have someone, like when you're driving around on the AA gun, you'll be fine. If they know how to actually aim, you'll be fine. The AA gun will destroy anything in the game in a couple of shots. And again, massive ship. Probably the best ship, obviously. The best vehicle in the game. because it gives you a lot of free stuff. It's also the strongest, and it's just good. It's just good. So, yeah, that is everything to show. So, I hope you know tell yourself, huh? Maybe I was gonna buy the B-17, but now I'm gonna buy the Puma, or I'm gonna buy the Destroyer, blah blah blah. But this is my tier list as an experienced player. That's just what I find good from worst to best. Again, like the carrier super strong, the Battlecruiser really weak, but I would focus on the B-17 or the Spitfire as like the first thing that you should buy. I would get one of the airplanes because the airplanes in this game are stronger than anything else. I wouldn't even worry about the missile truck. So when you're done with one of your planes, then I would go and work on the carrier. It's just really really strong. Doesn't cost that much either. I think it costs a lot, but when you're high in rebirth, it won't be too much. I would just get to like rebirth 6 or 7 or 8, whatever, something relatively high, and just go AFK for 15 minutes, come back, and then do it again over and over and over again until you have enough money to actually buy it. But yeah, that was my opinion on everything. I hope you enjoyed my last video, the nuke video. That got a lot of views. It is at 600, I believe, right now, which is that's crazy to me. 600 videos, like come on, 600 videos, 600 views. I need storage. I have yet to make a video for the new heist update. I will eventually. I'm sure everyone's already seen it, but this is the heist room. Buy all this, blah blah blah. I will, when I upgrade and get everything, I will make a video on it. But everything, it takes a lot, like 50 gems, 10, 15, 10, and you get 1 diamond every like 300 seconds. I might just buy them just to get it all done. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you want to see more. I do like this game a lot, so I'll be happy to make more content for you. And enjoy your day. Goodbye.